Welcome to the Media Center. Marc Leishman of Ripper Golf Club. Marc, 6 under 66, currently tied for second. Please just take us through today's round. How you feel out there today?
Yeah, felt really good. Obviously a great start to the tournament. The course was absolutely perfect. It was enjoyable. The temperature couldn't have been better. Yeah, happy to get off to a good start. Had 7 birdies, only 1 bogey. So, yeah, was lucky enough to make a few putts and get off to a good start, which is nice.
This is the league's 3rd year playing in Virginia, 2nd time at this course, as we know. Not far from where you call home. Does playing in your backyard a bit, does that provide any extra comfort or confidence heading into the week?
I'll tell you what, it's nice to be able to drive to a tournament. I'll have a lot of support up here over the weekend. I've got, a few carloads of people coming up, tomorrow and over the weekend. So it's always nice when you've got some familiar faces in the crowd and, particularly when you're playing well. I guess it works both ways. When you're playing bad, they can give you a bit of stick, and when you're playing well, they can cheer you on. So yeah, it's really good to be here. We've played some amazing golf courses in Virginia, and like I said before, this is in as good a condition as I've ever seen it, and it's a big major golf course. So your game has to be pretty good.
We'll go to the floor. Mike?
Marc, this course obviously isn't exactly around the corner from your house, though. Have you played this other than 3 years ago and obviously this week?
So LIV Virginia, the first event we played here was the first time I'd played here, and then we actually had they were kind enough to let us play an event for our foundation here the Monday after that event. So I had an event on the Monday on the course that we played, and then I played with another group on Tuesday on the other course. So it was that's the only experience I've had, but they've been kind enough to help us out with that, and certainly appreciated.
And obviously, the Rippers got off to a great start this season. How's it been? You guys are still obviously atop the standings and playing well this week. What's it been like these last few weeks off past Adelaide?
Yeah, we've been having a lot of fun. I think obviously the start we got off to was pretty pleasing as a team. I think the courses of the last couple of weeks probably didn't suit us as well as what the early ones did, and maybe the next few coming up will. So I think we're happy to have a few decent finishes there, still be leading the standings, and then certainly excited for the rest of the season. I think all the boys are playing well. We've bonded really well as a team. We have a lot of fun together off the golf course, but we're really competitive on the course. So it's nice early in the week to have those matches with each other, drag each other along, and lift each other up if someone's not playing great. Yeah, it's been fun, and Elvis has obviously been a great addition to the team.
So what are those courses that give you fits? What are some of the attributes to that? And then what is it about this course you think fits the team's game?
I think the bigger golf courses where like Herbie and Elvis both hit at miles. Cam's getting a lot longer as well, so I think that helps. But I think just being a firm golf course where you have to control your ball on the greens when you're hitting into the fairways, into the greens. You're not aiming at every pin. You're trying to get into position to try and give yourself a putt at it. I think courses that are more difficult, I think, suit us pretty well, particularly if they're firm. And just growing up in Australia playing on firm golf courses, I feel like we really enjoy that type of golf, and this is certainly going to get pretty firm over the weekend, I feel like.
All right, thanks.
Matt?
Marc, kind of to build off that, a lot of times on a long golf course, people think the longest hitters always succeed, but the fact that it's difficult and players are missing greens, does that give you an advantage because you are so good around the greens? I mean, you gained almost 4 around the green and 3 putting today, so seven strokes on your short game.
That's pretty good to know. Yeah, I think it certainly helps. And then I think iron play is pretty important too. Like I think missing greens in the right spots is important. You know, if you can't get it into or onto the green or close to the hole, it's missing it in the right position to leave yourself the easy chips, so you can, I guess, gain shots easily, if that makes sense, rather than having really difficult bunker shots or impossible up and downs that make you kind of look silly, but it wasn't really a short game that was the cause. It was either your bad tee shot or your iron shot into a bad position. So I hope I haven't gone into too much detail there, but I think iron play is very important on golf courses like this, and obviously hitting fairways when the rough's the way it is. But you can do all that well, and if you're not making putts, it doesn't really matter. You're not going to have a good score.
And what about long golf courses? I mean, you won at Torrey Pines, you won at Doral, you're playing great again this week. What do you think? You answered a little bit, but these long golf courses that suit you, even though you might not be the longest anymore.
I think my iron play is still very strong, and I feel like I'm pretty disciplined. If I'm out of position, I can somehow get myself into a place where I can get up and down. But when I do hit a good tee shot, I feel like my long irons are, world class, and the rest of my irons, to be honest, as well. But I just enjoy tough golf courses where you're not you're not necessarily aiming at every pin. A good shot might be 20 feet. I hit a good shot into the last hole, the fourth hole today, which was my last, but it was a great shot, but it was 20 feet left of the pin high, and leaves you an easy putt. So I feel like that I enjoy that type of golf where you're not necessarily aiming at every pin.
Thanks.
Cool. Mark, thanks very much for the time.
No worries. Thank you.